As life goes on in the pandemic, we go about our busy schedules. People are so aggressive lately, always in a hurry to get from point A to point B. Statistics say that 6 million car accidents occur each year in the United States. 314,376 car crashes just in Michigan alone in 2019. And it may not even be your fault. Wait a second. So let me get this straight. You're telling me that if some knucklehead goes and does this, and I don't have a dash cam, I'm out of luck? Well, if that's the case, shouldn't everybody own a dash cam? I don't know about you guys, but my anxiety levels were through the roof putting that little B-roll segment together for you. Those are incredible numbers. Let's take it down a notch, shall we? Just a little. For those of you that may have stumbled upon my channel today, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Brannon No, and I love to do tech reviews of the latest and greatest, and even silly vlogs here and there. If any of that seems to dazzle you, I encourage you take that first step, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, hit all, and you will be on your way in receiving all the content that yours truly provides for you. So as you saw in the title, today's video is going to be on dash cams, and to be honest with you, this is the first one that I've ever used or received, and this is by a company called Jomise, and this is their model F3S. And let me tell you, I have been in the market to get a dash cam. It's just I never pulled the trigger, and this company reached out to me to give you guys an honest review, and that's exactly what I intend on doing. That being said, I believe I've wasted enough of your time. Let's get to the review. All right, without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the box and show you all the contents. All right, first things first is obviously your user manual, and you probably most likely will be looking at this because there is quite a lot of information inside that's going to help you out in how to properly install this device. Also in the box, you're going to get a screen protector. Little to be desired. I mean, you can literally cut a piece of plastic out of anything and slap it on the screen. So how often are you really going to be scratching the screen? I don't think so. Once it's sitting up in position, all you're doing is just touching it. Unless you have long nails, of course. Also in the box, you're going to get your DC 12 volt adapter, and they put a pretty long cord on there so you're able to stretch this quite a ways. Then they give you this mount with 3M tape on the back, which is nice, and it's magnetic. I'll show you how that connects in just a second. And then you get your rear camera, which is in 1080p. They put a little sticker on this to let you know. That's the 1080p lens. So very nice. It's like you can rotate it back and forth to balance it out in how you want. Also, plenty of lead to get you to that back seat if you have a long car or a hearse, maybe. I don't know. Creepy. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the main attraction, and that is the camera, which they're stating 1296p. So that's going to be a little better view for your front camera. So taking a look at this, you got your screen, your buttons for using it, and obviously I don't even know how to use this thing until we test it out, so we're going to do that. It also has a, what is that? Well, I tell you, I should come more prepared. That's for sure. All right. AV adapter here, got your USB adapter here, and then on the side you're going to have your micro SD card, which is not included, just like batteries are never included with toys. So I will be sure to drop you an affiliate link down in the description below and where you can pick up a good mini SD card. And there are your magnets with the brass connection, and that's where this comes in to play. So it looks like you just, whoa, man, it wants to suck it up right away. That's a good magnet right there. They also throw in these screws and 3M tape too if you want to mount it permanently with the screws. It is a cold morning here in Michigan, so let's go ahead and throw our jackets on, jump out of the studio, and go test it out. Well, this is the best I can do. Sorry. Under the circumstances, it's a little chilly. So let's go ahead and jump in the truck and get this thing installed. They're saying to mount it just behind the mirror to the left. There we go. Mount within the top 20% part of the windshield. Whatever. Looks good to me. I think it'll work. All right, on to step 2. Obviously, they give you a long enough cord, so they don't want you to come straight down, which is going to be in your line of view through the windshield. They want you to come around from the back all the way down and under. So let's try that. I'm going to do my best I can. I mean, obviously this is going to be perfect. I would take a lot more time to do this, but for you guys, it's just going to be a quick show you how. Let's get at it. All right, that should be good enough for right now, just for testing purposes. All right, guys, after being in the back of the truck, which I'm not digging it back here. I don't normally sit back here. I'm starting to realize it's pretty small. As far as this goes, the way this bracket's made, I believe it's more for maybe a SUV or a car, not really a truck like I thought. You can use it in a truck, but I'm not really sure as far as the rear camera goes because of the bracket. So upon looking around, you really can't put it up here. It's just there's no room to stick it on here. And then if you put it up on an angle, you're not getting the right angle. So what I found that we're going to do for all intents and purposes for right now for this review is we're going to stick it in the seatbelt holder because nobody's back here anyway using the seatbelt. You're definitely able to push inside the trim if you have to, but for right now we're just gonna run this cable right to the camera. So let's go ahead and do that real quickly. So we've brought the cable from the back rear camera right through the seat for now. So the L-shaped cable will fit in the AV. There we go. And then this cable here is obviously long enough to do the exact same thing we just did. Tucking it back behind the visor for now. Roam through here. All right, I moved the mirror out of the way so we can at least see the screen while we're setting it up. Let's go ahead and plug it into our 12-volt DC adapter. All right. Oh, we got a camera. And it looks like we got the rear view in like a little picture-in-picture. All right, well, so what I'm going to do is go through all the menu options here. I'm not going to bore you guys while we try to find out together. It's just not possible. I mean, I don't want to make an hour video when we can probably wrap this up in less than 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the menu items, get it all figured out, and then that way I can shortcut it for you guys. So we'll be right back. Hey guys, Welcome back to the studio. After totally going over the entire menu option, I am happy to say that I'm going to be able to go through them with you. But I figured we'd do it in the studio on some of the settings, and then other settings we'll show you out in the field. All right, nice part about the USB connection is you're able to plug this in at home to go through your features, or if you want to watch videos that you've recorded, things of that nature. Turn it around and you got instant power. So cycling through the menu, you're going to hit the M button once. So you have volume setting, and if you want to click on any of these, you use the power button down here. And then you're able to use the up and down button to cycle through. So if we went it on 2, 3, 1, etc. So we'll go ahead and leave it on 3. It's defaulted there. Then you click the power button again. It'll take you out of the menu. So you have time zone, which we're going to keep that the same. You have time format, which if you click on that, it'll give you 12 hours or 24 hours. We're going to go ahead and leave it on 12 hours. Then you have speed unit, which is great for US. You're going to use miles per hour, or obviously kilometers, Canada or other countries. And then cycling down, you have video resolution. Now you're able to change just the front camera. The back camera is 1080 always, but on this front camera, you're going to be able to go between 1296 and 1080p and even down to 720. Not real sure why you would want to go down to those lower resolutions, but they're definitely leaving you an option. Then you have what they call loop recording. And what this does here is it gives you a loop of 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes. I went with a happy medium of 2 minutes. All that's doing is recording a whole segment for 2 minutes, and then it'll start a new segment each time after 2 minutes. Then continuing down, it goes into the next menu, and you have recording audio, which you can have on or off, which is nice. You can record the audio as you go, which sometimes that's beneficial and other times not so much. Then you have what they call G sensor. You have high, medium, or low, which is going to give you the sensitivity of bumps. So when you bump into somebody, which hopefully you don't, but that's what that sensor's for. Then obviously we have language, auto screen off. That's if you want the screen to turn off while you're recording, you can set that. I usually leave mine on all the time so I know that I'm recording. If you leave it off, that's one of the things I got to tell you later in this video. You'll know why you want to leave it on. Then you have the luminance setting, that's the brightness on the monitor. And then you have date and time, format the disk, restore factory settings, GPS, and for more information. So, all right, so those are the main setting features that you can set right inside your home if you want, or you can set it right there where it's mounted on your windshield. Your choice. I found it easier to surf through the menu indoors, especially since it's cold outside. It was a lot easier to go through those functions in here. Now, the rest of the functions are going to be on-screen demonstration, which you want to set up before you go and drive. So let's get back out there, get in the vehicle, and I will show you those options on board. Well, here we are in the cold truck again. I have it warming up actually, so it shouldn't be too bad. But I just wanted to show you guys a couple features on the camera, and for all intents and purposes, I have this back in my hand because I'm going to show you how the different views switching back and forth. It's going to be a little easier to understand if you see it on me rather than in the back where I had it mounted before. So basically you're seeing me right now in the upper right hand corner of the screen, and that is one of the views. You get the full frame of the front camera, and then you get the smaller view for the rear camera. Now watch as we switch between views using your arrow keys up and down. And now you are seeing ugly me in a full frame for the rear camera, and now the front camera has become the smaller right corner. And here is another view. This one I'm not too impressed with. It's a split screen, and they kind of squash both screens, and I'm just not digging it. I wouldn't use this one at all. And then of course you have full screen of the rear camera, and this is going to be ideal for probably tailgaters or even police officers following close behind. And then of course we have the full view of the front camera, just like we just did with the rear camera. So those are the features that you'll be able to use while you're driving and recording on this camera to be able to change different scenes and how you prefer to see the little camera. All the other features were explained obviously back in the studio. And speaking of the studio, it's cold out here. I'd like to get back in. Let's go. All right, let's go ahead and go through the test footage that I made for you guys. I was able to use the 1296p and also the 1080p so you guys can decipher the difference there. And I was also able to get a little bit of video with the rear camera. However, you guys saw earlier how I had to put it. Really, that is not the ideal spot. You definitely want it up higher so you're able to see more behind the vehicle rather than my canopy on the top of my truck bed. So I apologize in advance for that. You can get much better footage if this is elevated more than how I had it. All right, this is going to be the 1080p for the front camera, and the rear camera is automatically 1080p. So you'll be able to see both the front and the rear.
Spike, we always try to wake you up with a laugh, and coming up on the next Mojo in the Morning Show.
Yeah, you gotta be listening for phone scams, senseless surveys, and 5 lies to tell your mom.
It's Mojo in the Morning, channel 955.
And as you saw, the rear camera was definitely not positioned where it really should be. Again, I apologize. All right, the next footage you're going to see was taken the following day when we had some snow. And the footage was captured in 1296p on the front camera. All right, I'm sure you're all wondering how well it does at night. Check it out.
Like, you know, after a certain amount of perfumes, you can't smell anything anymore. So it's like after about like 100 songs, you're kind of like, wait, did we hear that one? Or like that one kind of sounds like your senses are kind of like a little fried.
They have a dash cam. Oof. Well, that's a heck of a fender. All the airbags deployed. That's a rear ender. That's somebody probably on their phone.
All right, guys, this is usually the part where I add in my pros and cons, but on this video, like many others, if it's a first-time product being reviewed, I skip the pros and cons because I really have nothing to compare it to. That being said, rest assured, I will definitely be able to give you some plus and minuses of what I experienced using this. The pluses are simple. Once you get through the menu screen, it's very easy to use. Another plus I would say is the price. Now I have priced a few of them out there, and this one seems to be on the lower side, but yet with a higher quality. So that's a plus. The magnet idea is really slick. You just pop it in and away you go. All right, let's hit a couple negatives that I found using this. And number one is, if you were paying attention earlier in my video, I said you want to leave the display on the monitor on all the time rather than have it go off. There is a big reason behind that. This does not shut off automatically, or at least I haven't figured out how to do it. I had to physically turn it on. It starts recording, however, right away. That's not a problem. But like when I park the vehicle or get out of the vehicle, it's still on. The only reason I saw that is because the screen was on and it wasn't off. So that is something to keep in mind. Maybe if you guys experience the Jomise, maybe you can tell me. From what I could see in the brochure, it states something about turning on and off when you turn the vehicle on and off, but maybe I missed something there. But that's one of the negatives that I found, is I have to physically turn it off when I get out of the vehicle, otherwise it's going to stay on. And another thing to bear in mind, now I'm not sure if this is on all dash cams, but let me tell you, I thought the screen was turning off when I actually physically set it to not turn off. It turned out it was my polarized sunglasses. When you wear polarized sunglasses, you will not see this screen. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, hopefully you got something out of this video as far as dash cams go. Although I am not sponsored or endorsed through Jomise, they sent me the product, I do you the review, bada boom, bada bing. However, if you guys are interested in picking up one of these bad boys, I will definitely leave you an affiliate link down in the description below and where you can grab one for yourself. Guys, if you have any questions on dash cams, although I am not an expert in this field, I will definitely go out of my way to find the answer for you. Don't hesitate to drop me a comment down below, and I will definitely try to get back to you as soon as possible. Oh, and by the way, if you've stuck with me through this entire review, then I will be sure to drop you a link to my psychiatrist down below. Kidding. Guys, don't forget to like and share the video as it helps this channel grow tremendously. We are so close to 6,000 subscribers. Bless you all. I love each and every one of you. Until then, I'll be seeing you in my next video. I don't want to drill it. Man, it is messy back here. What the hell? You will soon be crossing desert sands for a fun vacation. This one's not stale. Well, it's a hell of a lot better than being in the cold.